views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Hey, everybody. Yeah, welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. For those of you that were listening in the last hour, welcome back. We had a great show for you coming up. Yeah, Live More Radio with Katz joining me here today. Stress less, live more. I am her fabulous co-host, Live More Radio with Katz. Now, I have so many congratulations before we even get into the topic. So many congratulations. If you don't believe for 1 minute that people don't want to do anything about their stress, well, we'll need to talk to Allie about the phenomenal success. Launched her book, oh my gosh, Hot Mess to Mindful Mom. 40 ways to bring balance, joy, and happiness into your every day. And we're going to tell you about that. You can find out more about that. What is it like? And how does somebody get through a phenomenal introduction, a book introduction, thousands of downloads? I mean, it's just like, oh, you got to be kidding me, a phenomenon. Well, we're going to hear about this. And how does grounding oneself help us create this sacred space? For many of you, you may know who Allie is, beyond amazing. She is more than living her purpose. She helps people all over the world find this idea of balance in their lives. And she shares her absolute love and joy of meditation. And she does it in a way that really gets to the point of, for all of us, about how meditation can help us change our lives. And she makes it easy. So when we think of A to Zen meditation, we think of Allie Katz joining me here today. You know, her life is one of where she has to integrate a family, a profession, now a book, radio show. How do you do this and keep this joy, the flow going in your life? Well, you know, what can we say about being grounded? You know, there is such a thing as a chakra that is named to help us do that. Many of us don't even know what it is. But what is it about us where we can go from 0 to 120 in the direction we don't want to go and think that there is no solution for being stressed out, burned out, and so absolutely joyless that we don't even know where to begin? Well, today we are going to hear from Allie about this. And why? Because she has walked in these shoes. And so today you're getting to hear from someone that has just gone through the trials and tribulations of introducing your baby, your book, to the world. So let's see what kind of vibe we got going on with Allie today. Allie, welcome to the show.
Hi. Oh, my God. I wish you could see my smile through the radio. Thank you for that amazing introduction. It has been such an exciting few weeks. I can't even tell you.
I want you to tell us because let me just say, okay, here's what it is. They're going to listen. Folks are going to listen to this show. They're going to hear you and they're going to hear me. And, you know, they're going to listen with the idea that we are like this all the time. Now, I want to ask you, in the launching of the book, right? And congratulations. We're also going to share, what success actually means. Here's my question for you. What challenges, what obstacles, Allie, did you have to overcome to bring you to this very point, and how the heck did you overcome them?
Well, it's interesting because doing the book, writing a book, I self-published, so producing the book, dealing with all the different aspects of, I always say the writing was the easy part. It was the editor and the formatting and the cover and dealing with Amazon and getting it in print, and all these things were the hard part. And thankfully, I had my spiritual practice to keep me grounded, because technology, I consider the biggest blessing and sometimes a curse. It can be really frustrating. Yeah. I had a steep learning curve. I, could very easily have just gone into major stress mode, started throwing stuff around my office and really freaking out. And when I felt triggered and those moments started to come, I had a practice to lean on. So I knew how to hit the pause button and take a deep breath and respond versus react. And because I'd been practicing for a couple of years, it helped so much. So I encourage people to bring practices into their life, grounding practices, having a plan. I always tell my students, let's talk about grounding. Let's talk about lots of different options. Let's make a plan for you. So when you do feel triggered and you do feel stressed, you know exactly what to do, because in the moment of feeling stressed, you almost can't even remember what you like to do.
No.
So if you have a plan, and we're going to talk about lots of different options today. I talk about them in the book, Hot Mess to Mindful Mom, but I want to talk about them today and help people create a plan, because different things resonate with different people. I talk about 15 or 16 different ways to ground yourself in the book that I want to touch on today. And I encourage everyone to just sort of pick 2 or 3 that they like, that they can lean on in the throes of a stressful moment.
Well, let's just talk for a minute if we could, because we haven't even told people what this deal was about. You wrote the book, okay, and you're so my inspiration. Dr. George was just on here, him too. And, you guys have now written a book about your passion and your purpose. But here is what I love about this book, Hot Mess to Mindful Mom. Now, you had an expectation and set an intention of what success was going to mean for you. Tell people now what has happened, and I consider this a short period of time that a book is done and then out into the world. Tell us what happened here.
The book really kind of flowed out of me. It's interesting because it had been my idea to write a book for about 10 years. I'm a huge reader, and I've always dreamt of writing my own book, but I never really had the right topic. And once I started my meditation business, I knew it was going to have something to do with that. And my first idea was to write a book for teenagers, because I teach adults and teens, and there isn't a lot out there for teens at all. And I thought that would be my first idea. So I wrote half of a book for teens, and I got this major gut instinct. My intuition just cracked down on me, and I said to myself, this teen book is going to come to fruition, and I'm going to be so excited about it, but I really want to write a book for adults first. And you know what? I'm going to listen to my gut, and even though it's halfway done, I can always come back to it. And I stopped, and I sat down the next day and started writing a book for adults. I just listened to my intuition. I just had this overwhelming feeling. And I believe in really, really listening to your intuition. Your inner guidance system always heads you in the right direction. So I was like, okay, I am taking notice. And I started writing the book for adults, Hot Mess to Mindful Mom. And mom is in the title, but it's really self-care for everybody.
Exactly.
It's not just for moms. And the book flowed out of me once it was just so right. I wrote the book in about 2 months. And then, it probably took maybe 3 to 4 more weeks of, editing and cover design and getting it on Amazon and all of that stuff. And it's been out for about 3 weeks. And there's about at least like 10,000 downloads so far, or sales. The paperback just came out this weekend, yesterday. So there's about 10,000 downloads, and now the paperbacks are starting to sell. It's so exciting because when you write a book and you pour your heart and soul and share your stories and everything from so deep inside of you, you want to inspire and you want to help and you want to guide people, and all you want to know is that people are going to read it.
Right.
You poured your heart into this. So knowing that my book is in the hands of this many people already makes me feel so grateful, just beyond grateful.
Well, and this is really, let's talk about the phrase for a minute before we jump into some of the tools we're going to talk about here today. Hot mess, everybody gets that. Everybody gets, the minute that you told me that, I was like, okay, she's talking about me. She is talking about me, because it shows up in so many different ways, doesn't it, Allie?
It does. And it's so funny because someone asked me about it. I'm like, I almost didn't know what a hot mess I was until I wasn't anymore. Until I brought all these amazing practices like meditation and mindfulness and all the things I talk about in the book of how I really went on my journey and transformed my life with all of these tools that I now share so that other people can do the same. Until I had those practices in my life, I almost didn't realize what a hot mess I was. It's almost like until you're not, I couldn't believe how I used to live. So I had to not be like that anymore to be able to reflect and think, wow, I've really come a long way. And I know as situations arise throughout my days, throughout my life, and I react and respond in such a different way than I would have a few years ago, I really see the growth. It's funny. Am I allowed to use a bad word on the radio?
No, you can't. It depends on what it is. But
okay, so I'll streamline it. I'll make it a little more subtle. So I wrote something on Facebook one day that said, "Some days are a total mess." We'll just say mess.
Yes. Just
so you can see how far you've come. And I think it's like the universe showing you when you are able to respond and react in such a different, better, more productive way than you used to. It's like you can see how far you've come, and I feel like that's what happened to me with all these tools.
I absolutely love that you shared this because, for many people, as we're thinking about our lives and we're looking at how do we get from point A to point B, we really get clueless. And then part of what happens, Allie, is we don't actually step out and fulfill our dream. And so I want to make sure that, folks know that this is really about learning some tools so that not only can we handle the day-to-day, but also in a way that we can get some amazing, amazing intentions set to launch our dreams. We're going to
It's like you can talk about your dreams forever. You can just sit down and do them. And that's actually, it's so funny you bring that up. That's a chapter in the book is make a wish list and make a wish of everything you hope to achieve in your life and just pick one and get started. And actually the one I picked was writing the book because it seemed less daunting to actually write the book than deal with the muffin top that was left over from being pregnant and having my kids. That's on my wish list too. But writing the book was the one I started with. And I say just choose one thing and start. No excuses. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about it. Will fall into place if you just get started.
I love it.
So that's really the key.
I love it. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to get many, many tips today. Thanks to Allie, not only sharing what she's learned, what her passion and purpose is, but more importantly, how to take us to the place where we can live our dream and live it in the most amazing way. Stay tuned. We're going to take a short break, everyone. We'll be right back.
Breathe out, breathe in, American oxygen. Whoa, every breath I breathe.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.
On the cutting edge of the new mainstream, Christine Upchurch is passionate about bringing together science, psychology, and spirituality in a way that can be applied to our everyday lives for true transformation. The Christine Upchurch Show, stellar conversations to illuminate your journey, engages some of the most outstanding visionaries on the planet in lively dialogue to inspire you to become that bright light you're meant to be. Join Christine every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time on KKNW, AM 1150, and Transformation Talk Radio.
Put a little woohoo in your life with Keys. Keys Clear Protein Waters have 22 grams of smile-making, attitude-adjusting protein in every bottle. Did I mention its tongue-tingling taste? Not just another guilty pleasure. With Keys, you'll enjoy every low-sugar sip and freedom from gluten, lactose, and GMOs. Who needs the fountain of youth when you can find Keys on Amazon or at Keys, Kees, please.com. Put a little woohoo in your attitude with Keys Protein Water.
We Carry the Light with host Dr. Susan Allison is the show that inspires you to find the light within and shine your light in the world. You'll hear from guests who model how to be the highest, brightest, most evolved, fulfilled, and conscious humans possible. Tune in each Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com and let Dr. Susan help you discover that you carry the unique light that only you can shine.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
My dream is to end homelessness.
My passion is living a green life.
My dream is to end poverty.
My passion is volunteering.
My passion is making a difference.
My dream is to cure Lyme disease.
My passion is rebuilding communities.
My passion is helping those in need.
My passion is caring for the elderly.
My dream is to find a cure for cancer.
My dream is to leave a better world for my children.
We all have that special passion, that lifelong dream that drives us to live our lives with meaning and to create a better world. No matter what drives you, we can all make an impact. Dr. Pat Baccili is helping others make their dreams come true, so we can all help make our world a better world.
To learn more about how Dr. Pat is building a community of sharing hope, strength, funds, knowledge, and information, visit abetterworldcrowdfunding.com today. That's abetterworldcrowdfunding.com.
Hey, everybody. Great to be connecting with all of you. For more information about us, go to transformationtalkradio.com. Allie, for more information about you and how folks can get their own copy of the book, what's the best way for people to do that?
Best way is to go to Amazon. There's the Kindle version, which you can read on any device with a Kindle app. You don't have to have a Kindle. And the paperback is on Amazon as well. So that is the best way to grab it. And if anyone wants more information on me, you can always visit me at livemoreradio.com.
Awesome. All right. This whole idea about grounded, I bet if you would ask 10 people what it means, you'd get 10 different answers. I want to hear from you.
Okay. Well, I kind of wanted to explain by starting with this quote that I love by Thomas Monson. And it says, "We can't direct the wind, but we can adjust the sails." Meaning we can't control what happens in the world, but we can control how we react to it. And it's important to remember that all emotions are okay. Fear, sadness, anger, joy, contentment, boredom, neutrality. But what we do with these emotions, how we react to them is the important part. And not all reactions are okay. So we're constantly making choices when we feel stressed out and triggered about how we're going to react and respond. Do we fly off the handle or do we thoughtfully respond to something? And it's much easier to respond in a way we feel good about, so we don't have regrets, when we're grounded and centered. So getting grounded means taking back control of your emotions and bringing yourself back to center when life starts getting a little crazy. So no matter how mindful we are, how present we are, and how much we meditate, we're always going to have to do this because life happens. Stressful situations occur all the time. They're not going to go away. But it's how we react, the inner landscape of peace that we have, and having tools to help us get back to that place when we feel a little bit out of control is what helps us ground. Those tools are how we ground. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And, you know, part of this is we don't even know that there are tools. What are some of the symptoms, if I could refer to it as that? What are some of the symptoms for being ungrounded? People usually say, I'm grounded. And then it looks like their lives are completely unmanageable. What does ungroundedness look like? Not that you've ever had that experience, Allie, of course.
I certainly have, so I can speak from experience. I would say a lot of it starts in your body. Our body is really a navigation system for our emotions. So think about when you feel stressed, your jaw may tighten, your shoulders may hunch and go up to your ears, your fists may be clenched, you may sweat, have knots in your stomach, feel shortness of breath. Your body is a surefire guide for how you're doing emotionally, okay? So that's the easiest way to tell. I would say another way is feeling very fractured, like not being able to focus on one thing no matter what, and really having your attention be in a lot of different places, not being able to concentrate and feeling really out of control. I think that is a surefire way to know you need a tool to come back to center. Insomnia is another chronic condition for people that possibly could get more grounded and more centered in their body to have better sleep. All sorts of ways like that. But I would say your body is pretty much your best guide for how you're feeling.
Well, and so many things do happen with our bodies, right? I mean, things happen with our bodies where they physically start to turn into what we would call a diagnosis, so to speak.
Yes. Toxicity lives in our body due to stress. So when we have tools like meditation, for example, meditation cleans a little bit of stress out all the time from our bodies every time we meditate. So it's like dusting, okay? So you're constantly dusting from the inside out. If you don't ever do this, stress accumulates in your body, creating toxicity. It's like dust coming on a glass table, okay? You might not see it fall all the time. You don't see dust landing on the table. But if you haven't cleaned in a while, you may swipe your finger along the glass and bring your finger up and say, ew, where did all that come from? That's what happens in your body with stress. So we need tools to constantly clean it out so it doesn't accumulate and cause chronic conditions.
Well, one of the things also we're talking about, and you're going to share some of this today as well, is taking a look at the ways that we can get grounded. And I think it would be good for us to really understand that, some of the ways we get grounded aren't always what we think. People think, get grounded is only about meditation. That's it.
Not at all. Let me share. Can I share a couple ways? Okay, one thing that's a really enjoyable way to get grounded is with water. Water in any form. Drinking hot tea is amazing to get grounded. I drink hot tea all day long. And you can find your favorite herbal tea, and, it seems like a treat, but it's really good for you. Taking a bath. A lot of people like Epsom salt baths. Even taking a swim. It's summertime. The pools, it's warming up outside. People are going to be around pools a lot. It's very grounding to swim. Anything having to do with water. But I really strongly suggest drinking tea. That warm tea really grounds you. Exercise. Exercise is one of the best ways for your body to deal with stress. The 3 best ways for your body to deal with stress is sleep, exercise, and meditation. So exercise can be in any form that feels good to you. I always tell people, find a type of exercise you like to do that doesn't feel like a chore. Do you like to walk outside in nature? Do you like to run? Do you like yoga? Do you like dance? You can just have a dance party in your living room. You don't have to join a fancy gym or do anything special. Just find a way to move that feels good to you. Another one of my favorite ways to ground is spending time with my pets. I always joke, some days I would give anything for my dogs to be able to talk so I can hear what they want to say. And then some days I'm just so happy they can't say a word. It's just so nice to sit with them and pet them and stroke them. And there are times if I'm feeling a little bit triggered or stressed, I will just lay on the floor with my dogs, look them in the eyes, stroke their soft fur, and just bring myself back down. So if you have a pet, great. If not, maybe borrow one from a neighbor. I find it very, very grounding. I also find journaling very grounding. And it's so funny because for a long, long time, journaling intimidated me. I would look at this blank page, and I'm not used to writing with a pen hardly anymore. I type everything. So my hand would hurt. But if you really, really need to get thoughts out, I do find journaling very, very grounding, very helpful. Such a great way to connect to your inner guide, your awareness, and really let your feelings out.
I love it. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, there's many, many more things that Allie is going to share with us when we come back. For those of you out there, we'll make sure you know, again, how to get a copy of her fabulous book. And there are a couple of things on here that maybe you haven't really thought about. what are some of the things out here that we can do, that we can use, ways we can get grounded that are maybe not exactly what you think? And when we come back, how do we create sacred space? Why does it have to be sacred? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Give it to me, I'm worth it. Baby, I'm worth it.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.
On the cutting edge of the new mainstream, Christine Upchurch is passionate about bringing together science, psychology, and spirituality in a way that can be applied to our everyday lives for true transformation. The Christine Upchurch Show, stellar conversations to illuminate your journey, engages some of the most outstanding visionaries on the planet in lively dialogue to inspire you to become that bright light you're meant to be. Join Christine every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time on KKNW, AM 1150, and Transformation Talk Radio.
Put a little woohoo in your life with Keys. Keys Clear Protein Waters have 22 grams of smile-making, attitude-adjusting protein in every bottle. Did I mention its tongue-tingling taste? Not just another guilty pleasure. With Keys, you'll enjoy every low-sugar sip and freedom from gluten, lactose, and GMOs. Who needs the fountain of youth when you can find Keys on Amazon or at Keys, Kees, please.com. Put a little woohoo in your attitude with Keys Protein Water.
We Carry the Light with host Dr. Susan Allison is the show that inspires you to find the light within and shine your light in the world. You'll hear from guests who model how to be the highest, brightest, most evolved, fulfilled, and conscious humans possible. Tune in each Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com and let Dr. Susan help you discover that you carry the unique light that only you can shine.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
My dream is to end homelessness.
My passion is living a green life.
My dream is to end poverty.
My passion is volunteering.
My passion is making a difference.
My dream is to cure Lyme disease.
My passion is rebuilding communities.
My passion is helping those in need.
My passion is caring for the elderly.
My dream is to find a cure for cancer.
My dream is to leave a better world for my children.
We all have that special passion, that lifelong dream that drives us to live our lives with meaning and to create a better world. No matter what drives you, we can all make an impact. Dr. Pat Baccili is helping others make their dreams come true, so we can all help make our world a better world.
To learn more about how Dr. Pat is building a community of sharing hope, strength, funds, knowledge, and information, visit abetterworldcrowdfunding.com today. That's abetterworldcrowdfunding.com.
Oh, Allie Katz is in the house. I'm so glad, because it isn't a one-size-fits-all. There are different ways to really experience the process of getting grounded. And one of those ways, we've talked about before on the show, and Allie just mentioned again, several of them actually. But you're going to hear a little bit more about what you can do like right now, how you can go about this. Definitely spending time with pets is a big one for a lot of people. We hear that story, Allie, over and over again. But before we jump into it, one more time, what I would love for you to be able to do is let everybody know how they can find out more about you, how they can get a copy of the book, how they can work with you, all of the above.
Awesome. Well, a copy of the book is available on Amazon, either from a Kindle download, which can be any device that has a Kindle app, the free app, like a phone or an iPad or something like that. And also the paperback is available on Amazon too. So you just go to Amazon.com, and it can ship anywhere in the world. So I would love for people to order the book. If you want to work with me, I offer, I live in Houston and I teach in Houston, but I also teach via phone, Skype, and FaceTime all over the world. And you can visit me at livemoreradio.com, and there's a contact form. You can find all about my prices and services and everything I provide. I do meditation classes, mindfulness and accountability coaching for people that truly want to bring new habits into their lives and want someone to offer support and encouragement along the way. And that's one of my most favorite things to do. I love coaching people. So there's lots of options.
Awesome. Now, some of the things that you have and you are going to share with us, some of them people have not heard of before in terms of helping us with this whole idea of getting grounded. Now, there are reasons for us to get grounded, and many of them may seem logical for people, but some of them may not. I mean, clearly we cannot focus or do things in the way that we want to do them if we are all stressed out. So I'd love for you to share some of the other ways that we can, step into that place of being grounded.
Yes. So before the break, I mentioned water, exercise, and time with pets, as well as journaling. And a really big one for a lot of people that's become central to my life is prayer. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, maybe aren't comfortable with prayer, aren't used to praying. I would say this is something I brought into my life more recently in the past, year or two that's made a big difference. And it almost, for me, it's not as religious as more as connecting to the universe. So if something is going on and I'm feeling stressed or I don't know how to handle a situation, I simply pray to the universe and I say, universe, help me see this differently. Help me see my role in this situation. Help me take responsibility. Help me see what I need to do and what I need to say. And let me see this in a different light so I can turn this situation around. So you don't have to pray to God. You can say spirit or universe or just anything that's out there. But prayer is a very strong tool to let you know you are connected to something bigger than just yourself. And when you are stressed out, it's nice to know that you're connected to something bigger. So like I said, it's more universal than religious for me, but it feels really, really good. And it's amazing when you do put that out there and you ask for help from the universe, what clarity comes back to you. And it takes practice, but it feels really good. And it definitely helps me ground a lot.
But isn't that really, too, what we're looking for? People sometimes pray around problems. But what we're discovering is that the latest idea of prayer is, one, praise and blessing, of course, but the other is for awareness. And, and I wanted you to just take a minute and talk about this now in terms of grounding. When we are all stressed up going 900 miles an hour, awareness is certainly not in the middle of our mindset, is it?
It isn't, but we need to get in the habit. And it takes practice. None of this happens overnight. This is, a lifestyle change and a commitment to using these tools because it makes your whole life better. This is all about not just one particular situation, but about having a better life. So when we stop and collect ourselves and take that deep breath and get more centered, we make better choices. We have more awareness of how we truly feel. We connect with our body. I always say your body gives you signals called the yums or the yucks. And if you feel yummy, then it's like everything in you is saying yes. And it means go for it, like a joyful feeling. And if you get a yuck, it's when your stomach turns over and you have shortness of breath and you're sweating and you're clenched and your body's like, no. It's like an internal GPS system. Like, don't go in that direction. Turn around. So the more awareness we have of what our body's trying to tell us by how we feel, then the better decisions we can make right off the bat.
And, part of this, too, is making decisions that get us to the place we want to make. And they don't have to be major decisions or crazy decisions. They can simply be decisions that have to do with how to do something or whether or not to even do something. And sometimes, I don't know about you, but I know I've made some decisions when I'm stressed that I absolutely wish I had not made. How about you?
Totally. And I find that I really, really try to utilize these tools all the time, but I'm human too, and I make mistakes too, still, even in my practice. And I find it's always when I'm rushing. It's when I'm trying to check one extra thing off the to-do list and get it done quickly that I make the mistake. So it's really, for me, about slowing down and really just taking my time, taking one thing at a time, and knowing that I have enough time to get everything done. It's sort of changing your mentality about time. If you feel and you think you're pressed for time, you're always going to feel that way. But if you think of time as more abundant and you will have time to get it all done, then that's what becomes real in your life. You have time, you expand that time, and you don't need to rush. And I'm still practicing that.
Yeah. Part of this also is you mentioned talking about sacred space, and I want to spend a few minutes on that. How important is sacred space? And also, it'd be really helpful to talk about what sacred space actually means.
Yes, I would love to. So when we are more consistent in where and when we practice these tools, like meditation, which we haven't touched on yet, or reading, or connecting with a friend, even on the phone. When we have a special place that we do these things, we're more bound to be successful with solidifying our practice and really utilizing these tools. So if you meditate, I suggest meditating in the same place at the same time every day. That's how you solidify a habit. Mm-hmm. So we have sacred space can be elaborate. It can be easy. Sacred space can be anything from your closet where you feel like it's your own private little cocoon, to your favorite spot on the couch, to setting up an altar somewhere in your house. It's just somewhere that you feel good practicing these tools. I meditate in the same place every day. And it's funny, I kind of had a journey with my meditation. When I first started meditating, I don't know why I picked this place, but the edge of my tub in my bathroom, because there's this phrase that people use with meditation. I believe Deepak Chopra started it, and it's RPM, rise, P, meditate. So you get up, you use the restroom, and you go to meditate. So I would get out of bed, I would use the restroom, and I would sit right down on the edge of my tub with a towel under me, and that was my meditation space, and it felt great. And then I moved into my closet, and my closet became my sacred space. It was like I set up a few little things on my dresser that I really liked, some crystals and some pictures and some spiritual books, and I sat on yoga blocks in my closet, and that was my sacred space. And then I've moved into, I call it my Zen den. It's my teaching space where I teach meditation, and that's where I now meditate and have my own personal practice in the morning. But it can be, I always tell people, definitely a favorite spot on the couch, definitely a little alcove in your house, somewhere that you feel good. And I always tell people that if there's anything you can do, this isn't required to set anything elaborate up, but you're using the space as a way to bring more peace into your day and your life by practicing some of these tools. So if you like to keep an essential oil there that you like to put on while you're journaling or meditating or praying, or you have a crystal, I know we need to talk about crystals in a minute, or you have a candle that you like to light, or a spray that you like the scent of, this is a ritual for you. This is a special place for you. So feel free to think of anything that will make that place feel more homey and more special for you.
Right. And, this is really a personal preference. I have a friend who loves, these beautiful stuffed animals or dolls and things like that. Just, remind her of some part of childhood. And, it doesn't have to be something, quote, traditional, does it?
Not at all. It can be anywhere. It's just great to find the place that you feel comfortable and stick with it. Because like I said, you will have a much better chance of your habits becoming consistent if you practice them in the same place. And it's part of your plan. So when you're feeling really out of control and you're choosing one or two of these tools to practice, you know exactly where to go to do it. And so that helps as well.
So let's talk for a minute then, if we could, about crystals.
Okay, I love crystals. I've gotten really into them in the past year. And there's some crystals that are really amazing for grounding. And the two best ones are black tourmaline and smoky quartz. And they're sold, it's really easy to find them. I mean, you can get them on the internet. There's lots of stores that sell crystals these days. And smoky quartz and black tourmaline are the most grounding. So you could have some in your sacred space. You could have, keep one in your purse. A lot of people like to sleep with them under the bed. It kind of helps with grounding while you sleep. This is very personal. I wear a crystal in my bra every day, so it's close to me. I don't really wear like pockets. I'm in leggings all the time. I don't really have anywhere else to put it, so I just put one in my bra, and then I always have the one I want that day with me. And actually, a lot of people do that. It's really funny. Once you start talking to a lot of women about crystals, a lot of them wear them in the bra. But yes, and the other thing about crystals too, these are specifically for grounding, but if you go to a crystal store and you're really attracted to one, even if you don't know why, that's really the one you should go with. It's all about what your body is attracted to when you're shopping for crystals. What feels good to you, that's what you need.
I love it. And, part of this, too, is really looking at what that crystal is that we are drawn to. And there are many, many ways, of course, to really get connected with them. Crystals have amazing properties. We're going to take a short break, Allie. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about meditation. And Allie's going to do something special with us. Thanks to her, many of us get to take back our lives and our days, some days when we think it's near impossible. Let's take a short break, everyone. We'll be right back with the show.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.
Tune in to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fontaine on TransformationTalkRadio.com and get ready to stir up your passions, identify your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Leslie Fontaine is a transformation catalyst and clairvoyant who uses her intuitive and energetic gifts to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com for show dates and times and LeslieFontaine.com to say yes to explosive abundance.
Naturopathic doctor, founder of the Martha's Vineyard Holistic Retreat, and author of the New York Times bestseller 21 Pounds in 21 Days, Dr. Ronnie DeLuce has helped tens of thousands of people, including celebrities and athletes, with her message of lifestyle change. Now Dr. Ronnie DeLuce wants to help you. You too can be saved. Email Dr. Ronnie DeLuce at info@ronniedeluceonradio.com and visit mvholisticretreat.com. Dr. Ronnie DeLuce, your partner in wellness.
Get ready to embrace your feminine nature and get wild. Join Lynn Brown and Wendy R. Wolf for the Wild Transformation Retreat this July 26th through August 1st. Get ready for a mental, physical, and spiritual challenge. A call back to nature and its unlimited gifts. To learn more and register for the early bird price by July 1st, visit RUintoit.com. That's letter R, letter U, intoit.com.
Each month, listen to Live More Radio with co-host Allie Katz. Join Allie and Dr. Pat as Allie introduces new ways to bring balance back to your life through meditation, sleep, and exercise techniques so you can live your truly authentic life. Stress less, live more. To learn more about Allie, visit livemoreradio.com.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit jenroyster.com for more information.
It's magic, oh yeah, 'cause I see nobody but you. I'm never confused. Hey, I'm so used to being used.
Oh, it's so great to have all of you tuning us in, turning us on. Thank you so much. For more information about us, go to transformationradio.fm. And, of course, Allie Katz is in the house. For many of you, you already have gotten a download of her book. This is Live More Radio with Allie Katz. Stress less, live more. And right now, we are going to talk about another way to help us get grounded and stay grounded, and that's meditation. Allie is also going to lead us through a guided meditation. So give us the skinny on meditation.
Oh my God, where do I begin? Next show, we're going to have to do a whole lot about meditation.
We will.
Meditation is so natural. Well, I love this quote, and it says, meditation isn't about forcing your mind to be quiet. It's about finding the quiet that's already there. So people often feel intimidated about meditation because they think in order to be successful, they have to clear their mind of every thought and think about nothing the whole time, or they're doing it wrong. But I like to really make it comfortable for people and put people in ease and let them know that thoughts coming up during meditation is part of the process. It's stress releasing. Human beings are wired to think. We're not going to be able to go that long without a thought. So what I like to do is give people a focus to use during meditation. And when you have this focus, it's sort of your grounding point. So when your mind wanders into story, which could be what you're having for dinner, what your weekend plans are, redecorating your living room, you have somewhere to come back to. You realize that your mind is wandering, you come back to your focus. You realize you're wandering, you come back. And that's your whole job in meditation, is to come back to your focus. And when you do spend time meditating, like I said before, you're clearing that stress out little by little every day, dusting from the inside out. And you're also getting yourself to that calm-centered place, bringing that calm and that peace into your whole day, and really operating from a place of more awareness, more gratitude, and really just feeling, I feel more calm and confident, and so many wonderful qualities have come out from my meditation practice.
Well, this is really also learning what meditation is and what it isn't. Some people have this idea about meditation, and before we even get out of the gate, right, Allie, we're already losing the battle. And so what I'd love for you to do, if you would, is guide us now to show people how actually easy this is and what you're really known for.
It would be my pleasure, because it's my favorite thing ever to guide people in meditation. So what I would just ask everyone to do is sit comfortably. The only people that I'm advising not to participate in the meditation is just listen and relax and take some deep breaths. If you're listening while you're driving, then you need to drive and focus on the road. You can definitely take deep breaths. If you're sitting in a chair, you're at home, you're in your office, you're somewhere that you can sit comfortably, close your eyes. Sit up in your chair. You want your back to be erect, comfortable yet erect. Some people call it a dignified position. And your feet to be on the floor. If you're sitting in a chair, you're also welcome to sit Indian style, cross-legged, if that feels good for you. And then your arms hang comfortably wherever they fall. This is a self-help practice and your practice, so comfort is key. There's no wrong way to be if you're sitting up straight and your feet are either on the floor or you're cross-legged. And I invite everyone to close their eyes and start by just taking some nice, long, deep breaths in and out of your nose. And these are cleansing, nourishing breaths, allowing us to connect with our body, connect with our awareness and our intuition. And this is the perfect time to let go of any stress, all of our responsibilities, our to-do list, anything no longer serving us, and simply be in this present moment. And you can allow your breath to return to a natural rhythm, almost like it's on autopilot, with a natural beginning and a natural end. And notice the sounds around you. We welcome all the sounds from our environment into our meditation practice. You hear the sound of my voice. You may hear the sound of your own breath, something from the street or around you. It's all welcome. Sound is never a barrier to meditation. We can notice something. We don't have to judge it or go into story. We can simply let it go. And we'll begin by relaxing your body from the top of your head all the way to your toes. And when I mention a part of your body, you can consciously relax that part of you. Starting with your scalp, really feeling it let go and relax. Feeling your forehead relax. Your eyes. Your cheeks. Your mouth. And your jaw. Even your tongue. As you exhale, you can feel your shoulders fall away from your ears. It feels so good to let them go. And you can breathe calm into your chest and peace into your back. And your belly's nice and soft. Your hips sink into the chair or the cushion supporting you. And your right leg relaxes from hip to toe. And then your left. And as you breathe, I invite you to notice the sensation of your rib cage expanding and contracting. As you inhale, you feel it expand. And as you exhale, you feel it contract. As you inhale, you feel it expand. And as you exhale, you feel it contract. And we're going to bring a very simple mantra into our practice today. It's simply in and out. So as you inhale, I want you to silently think in. And as you exhale, silently think out. In, out. In, out. If you find your mind wandering without judgment, simply return to in and out. And you can release the mantra now. I'm going to ring the bell to close the meditation. But I'd like everyone to take their time, opening their eyes. There's no rush. And when you do feel ready, first open with a downward gaze. And when you feel all the way ready to engage with the rest of the world, all the way. I hope everybody feels nice and relaxed. Pat, how do you feel?
Way relaxed. And you know, I so needed this. I have an appointment with my attorney. Oh, that was wonderful, Allie. Thank you so much. Please let folks know one more time the best way to find out more about you, how to work with you, how to get a copy of the book.
To work with me or to learn more about my services, visit livemoreradio.com. And if you'd like a copy of Hot Mess to Mindful Mom, you can go on Amazon and it will be shipped anywhere in the world.
I love it. Allie, I so don't even see you as a hot mess, but I totally understand what this journey's been like for you. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Wow. I want to thank all of you out there for tuning us in, turning us on. Thank you, Mr. Benny, again, and we'll see you next time.
Preceding audio was via a Skype call.